And finally, we're at the last pillar of our framework, and that's passion. Very much like reflection, this is a fantastic way to set ourselves apart from the crowd. Passion is all about conveying to the reader that you have a genuine interest in studying medicine and you're truly excited by it. Doing this is actually pretty easy. You just have to replace the low energy, low passion words with the high energy, high passionate words. However, this has to be done with a little bit of class. There's no point in replacing every single word with high energy, high emotion words when it kind of takes away from the meaning of the sentence. And it also ends up making you sound less authentic and less genuine. But nevertheless, this pillar is a valuable tool for us to set ourselves apart from the crowd. Let's now go on and take a look at some specific examples of passion in action. As you know, this complete personal statement masterclass is completely free for you to watch right here on YouTube. But if you're like me and you prefer this information in the written format, then you might like to check out my ebook by clicking on the link somewhere up here or in the description below. This 100-page book concisely contains everything you'll need to write to your very own personal statement using genuine Oxbridge examples. I've written it to be easy to read and designed it to be easy on the eyes to help you access all the key information in the quickest way possible. And you can use the code ULTIMATE, which will give the first 100 people 50% off the book. On top of that, everyone who buys the book will get 50% off the full personal statement video masterclass, which features 20 extra lessons covering how to structure the personal statement, how to get going, how to cut down, what pitfalls to avoid, and lots of worked examples, all of which will help you craft your very own expert personal statement. Now, back to the lesson. So, in the previous lesson, we learnt about the importance of passion and how it's important to use passionate, emotive language throughout our personal statement. But we were also introduced to the idea of doing this carefully and not kind of going overboard. Now, let's look at some specific examples to see how it's done properly. I'm fascinated by how pathogens affect us, the symptoms of disease, and how they are combated. You can clearly see there are several passionate, emotive words that are used. Words like fascinated is just a little bit more passionate than something like interested. It's a very subtle difference, but it adds up over the whole course of the personal statement. So it's really worth your time using the thesaurus function within Word. Just highlight the word that you want to find an alternative for and click the synonym function and just choose the one that sounds a little bit better and sounds more emotive and passionate. Here's another more complex example of passion. My experiences have made me compassionate, empathetic, and also incited an ever-growing desire to care for others. This sentence uses loads of passionate words, things like compassionate, empathetic, and also uses a passionate concept rather than a word, which is that they have an ever-growing desire to study medicine. Now, even though this is a really good space saver sentence by kind of listing the key qualities, if this was done more extensively, it will start to sound a little bit disingenuous and not as authentic as they should sound. So yeah, definitely watch out for the trap of listing too much. Now finally, here's a brilliant example of passion. In medicine, I see a purposeful and versatile vocation. Yet what I love most is its fusion of a scientific core with a philanthropic heart. This is a fantastic demonstration of using passion wisely, but they've also shown a degree of personality with the writing style they've chosen. This writing style to an extent personifies medicine when they say fusion of a scientific core with a philanthropic heart. It kind of brings it to life like it's almost a person. Therefore, this example goes to show how passion and writing style, which kind of comes under personality, can be used together to create some incredible sentences. And that kind of applies to a lot of the pillars we've talked about. Even though the pillars I've listed as separate lessons and separate pillars, they always interact with each other and you should always use them together to create incredible sentences and incredible paragraphs. Now that we've gone through all the pillars of the framework, let's move on to the next lesson where we'll go on to structure our personal statement.